Hello, everyone. This is Take Meter, a fine tuned text classifier that labels Formula One Reddit comments as analysis, hot take, or a reaction. Now, I trained DistillBERT on 218 hand annotated Reddit comments and compared it to a zero shot grog distiller to see how much of fine tuning actually helps. In order to demonstrate that, I'm going to run a live classification here. As we can see in the first comment here, UK had already lost the new spec ping. There's a lot of uh, I'm going to run the analysis. The label is analysis here, and that makes sense because there's a specific verifiable fact here. Um, Spec wing and a wing swap between teammates. You remove that fact, and the argument disappears here completely. That's exactly what an analysis should be. So it labels it as analysis with high confidence. Uh, let's see the next one. Max is the best driver. Never had to struggle. Now, here, this is what I would call a hot take, and that is what happens here as well. It's a bold claim, no verifiable arguments, no evidences here. The model is correct and in high confidence as well. Now, looking at the next one here, only good because of the Mercedes. This also looks like a hot take. Let's see here. Um, but it actually labels it as an analysis. Now, this is something that's all the examples here are just fabricated and they are not from the actual data set. So there might be some mistakes here. As we can see, it labels it as analysis with moderate confidence. But yeah, I can see some verifiable arguments here. We actually will discuss about this in just a sec. And then finally, we also have this. It's just a fan comment about a reaction, but the model actually labels it as analysis as well, with a very high confidence score as compared to the other two. Um, yeah, I will come back to these two examples in just a sec. Now, let's talk about the first two things. There was a correct call on example one. Spec wing is specific, it's verifiable, and it's load bearing. So that's the analysis definition that I intended to implement in this fine tuning model. Same thing with example two here. It's a bold claim and there is absolutely no evidence that we can see. But there is a wrong call in example three and four. Now, I would want to dive a little deeper in example four here. There is a phrase, softer tires added strategy options. That is analytical, sure, but it's just the exaggerated reaction of a fan as well. Just for an exciting race. He never makes an argument. It's just stated, right? So the model learns some vocabulary words as a proxy for our label rather than underlying reasoning structure here. So those are like all the positives and negatives about the model. I would want to go to the evaluation results here. As we can see in the report, both models hit the macro F1 of 0.78. Um, the fine-tuned model is a little better than the zero-shot baseline. The baseline overpredicted analysis and underperformed on the minority classes. Fine-tuned model actually improved the F1 score from 0.67 to 0.77, right? I would also like to highlight our confusion matrix here, um, which should be, yeah, there we go. So as we can see here, it shows the pattern clearly. The first column is where almost all the errors land, right? Non-analysis examples are clearly getting absorbed into analysis. So that's something of a fix that we might need to do in future. Now, finally, I would want to go to a reflection here on what the model captured versus what it actually intended. And it actually explains the reason on why certain things are happening as they are. The model learned the vocabulary and toned it to shortcut the labels and not actually understand the argument structure and the definitions that it actually targets. Now, more adversarial training examples at the boundary would be the fix. 218 examples, a macro F1 score of 0.78, and a clear picture of where the model fails and what fixes should fix it. That's Take Meter. Thank you.